All right, guys, now in this situation, I'm gonna show how to do the inverted arm bar from side control. So look, guys, first thing here, of course, wherever you feel comfortable, if you wanna stay hip on the hip, if you wanna block the opponent's hip with your knee or with your shoulder, with your elbow, I mean, it's okay. So, but the most important in the situation is what? How to block both of his arms, right? So, of course, here is gonna be easier to reach, but I don't want my opponent defending the position with the bottom arm because he's gonna be pushing my hip, so that's can stop the position. So that's why I have to pay attention to this arm first. So look, so like I said, even if you want the hook here, you don't need to lock the hands together. I just like to control the shoulder, right? And now I shift my base. So look, he's gonna be pushing, his arm's gonna be alive. So look, you shift my base, I bring my hip to, my knee to his armpit. So now, first thing the opponent thinks that I want to grab his arm like that. So then he's gonna close the elbow really tight here because he doesn't want me to control. So that's even easier for me because I just push, right? And then I use my knee. So you see how I push the wrist, right? Not the wrist, but the forearm. And I bring my knee between my body and my hand. So now it's easy for me to push. Even if you try to push back now, it's easy. See how I control his arm, push down, and I trap. When I mean trap, I don't need to knee on his arm, right? My knee is gonna be on the mat, my toes on the mat, but his arm is trapped. Try to take the arm out, he can't. So now I came back to the position, right? To the side control, and then work for the submission. So now as soon as I trap the arm here, so a lot of people ask what arm, what leg can I trap? So in that situation, of course, you have both options. If you wanna like go to side, to north-south or to the other side, then I would do the transition here because then I have the other leg free. But in that situation, I need my other leg free. So that's why I keep just this one. I don't do any transition yet. Okay, so once I have this situation, I'm gonna post hand on the mat, right? Take his shoulder out of the mat, and I lean all my weight here. Try to concentrate all my weight on his belly, on his chest here, right? So then it's gonna be a lot of pressure. So once I get this situation, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my knee on his belly, right? Because now I can stand up tall, I can posture up, and then at the same time I bring his arm up even more, I lift even more. I have to pinch my arm. So now I don't let him to move. So here, of course, guys, if you feel that you have the arm already, you can just lock the hands together and bring to you, okay? You get the submission, but sometimes you feel he's twisting the hand, right? So you feel like you don't have the elbow yet. So what I like to do in that situation, I go with my other hand all the way around, right? So look, his shoulder is out of the mat. So I bring as much as possible to me. So make sure that you don't let him turn even more. So if you can submit here, great. But like I feel his elbow is like inside, right? So here I'm not gonna submit. So I go all the way, almost like a half spinning. So switch. Now, instead of lock the hands together here, I'm gonna lock here and then bring back. So you see how I rotate his arm and I get the submission, right? So it's all about understanding where his arm is, right? Of course, if his elbow is here, I don't need to look. Just feeling, I can feel. But if he rotates, I lost. Here, I'm never gonna submit. So I lock, pinch my ear against my shoulder, and then rotate and get the submission, right? So that's how I like to do the inverted arm bar from the side control. Let's work.